All right, guys, let's talk about the conundrum of cheap oil and drilling in the sky. Now, there are two clear trends that have evolved over the last couple of years, and today we were reminded of both of them. The U.S. GDP number for the second quarter was out 1.2%. Listen, that was well below the 2.6% Wall Street was looking for. But the big miss, it really doesn't tell the whole story because consumers are still spending, and in fact, they're spending big time. Businesses are going the exact opposite way. Personal spending, 4.2%, the highest since the fourth quarter of 2014. On the other end, business investment was down more than 2%, and if you really drill down, structures, factories, things like that, down 7.9%. Equipment down almost 4%. That's huge. Now, of course, the biggest winner from all this consumer spending is the cloud. That's where more and more of these transactions are taking place, and we saw it this earnings season so far, right? Big cloud winners, Amazon, Microsoft, IBM, even Google Alphabet. The company says that in 2020, the cloud will be bigger than search. Now, on the other hand, you had two losers that underscored, again, the conundrum of cheap oil and how it can hurt this economy. Now, good news, Chevron did turn up, but here's the bad news. In the last 3 months, ExxonMobil spent $1.5 billion less on capital projects. That's a 49% decline from a year ago, 57% from just a couple of years ago. Same story with Chevron. The company spent almost $1 billion less in 3 months than they did last year at the same time. So I want you to think, all those lost jobs, those are great jobs. Those are construction jobs, roughneck jobs. They pay a lot of money. Big business in general not going to make any major investments with all the mountain of rules, the regulations, the fines. Who would? I mean, think about this. Who would kick up dust to build a factory if you had to pay fines for it? But the consumer probably will keep this economy from tipping into a recession. So, on that note, it's clear people are spending on fixing up their house, furnishing their house. And one of the big winners from this is Ethan Allen. I think this stock looks really good. Take a look at that chart. It recently broke out, and I think it's going to continue to move much, much higher. It's one of these stocks I think you could chase because the other valuation metrics say it's cheap. It's got potential to $40. Meanwhile, this rally in general, it's got to hold. For it to hold, you got some key support points. Those parameters are on my website. It's a free report, wstreet.com. Check it out over the weekend. In the meantime, you don't want to miss Fox Business's brand new show, Wall Street Week. I want to give you a sneak peek at special guest Robert Wolf. He's a former CEO of UBS Americas.
We have had what I would say a consumer-driven country where we think because the wealthy are getting wealthy, well, they spend more and they spread the wealth. And that's the old trickle-down economics impact. That really hasn't worked the last decade, mainly because at the end of the day, we're having struggling post-recovery to get real jobs.
Okay, all right, you can catch the whole thing right here tonight, 8 p.m. on Fox Business.